Question number 4 tonight. What suggestions do you have to achieve the goal of unifying the residents of Lakeside to be interested in the issues facing the town as a whole, instead of the current standard of many groups only interested in the issues facing their own neighborhood? Starting out back with Councilmember Place 1, Mr. Elliott.
Thank you. This is a very interesting question to me. The question that as I looked at this, it came up with why? What is the issue here? I mean, why aren't we unified? And to me, I think it comes back to communication from my perspective. And in this case, I think the council and the city management needs to do a good job helping the city realize that the issues such as water, wastewater protection, police protection ordinances, etc., affect everyone, regardless of the neighborhood. However, it's clear that there are neighborhood interests that may not be the same as the whole, and it's a classic issue of the minority interest versus the majority interest. So how do we integrate the two? What's the problem here? And to me, I think it's because there are some neighbors that are feeling not heard. So what we need to do is open up the lines of communication so that people feel that they're being heard, at least that their grievance, if that's what it is, or their need is being heard. Doesn't mean that I would, as a council member, potentially agree or not. Again, we have to act as a council for the whole, but to the extent that we can hear these issues, I think we need to do it. How would we do that? There's different mechanisms. One could be a forum like this on occasion, where citizens could have an opportunity to address the council. You guys may think I'm nuts, but that's the thought I had. There's blogs. There's making myself available to the citizens on a more formal basis. There's monthly communication. We do get the monthly newsletter, which I think is a good thing. Maybe we need to have a different forum in that, where citizens can have a vehicle to speak in that. I don't know. There's a lot of ideas that probably worth talking about. I'm proud to be part of this community. I mean, I think this is an oasis, and I want to keep it that way. And I want us to be unified to the extent that we can, realizing there will always be differences between people. That's what makes the world go round.
Thank you. Mr. Dennis.
Lakeside as a whole needs to communicate in more effective ways to become truly unified. If all the neighborhood groups and citizens' involvement would work together, we could do amazing things. The key to this, I see, is making sure that everyone is informed about current events and encouraging more participation in activities. City councils, members, and staff should always have more interaction with the citizens. Coming from a small community myself, it is easy to see how much we need to work together for common goals to improve our lifestyles as a group.
Thank you. Councilmember Place 2, Mr. Martin.
I had to think about this a long time. I think it's only human nature for people to only be interested in the things that directly affect them, at least at first. Currently, we do allow citizens to speak before the council, but one of my biggest thoughts was there's really no way for people to communicate directly with a single council member. And I think the way that could be done, similar to what Jim said even, I've seen it on other city websites where each council member had their name, and you could click on an email and directly communicate through email with the council members. I think that would be a good idea. I know that the council members would have a huge responsibility in addressing any concern the citizen had, because, as I said earlier, most people are only concerned with what affects them directly. And we as a council have to think about not only the legalities of the decisions we make, but how it affects the town as a whole. But I believe if there was better communication between the council members and individual citizens, that they would feel more of a part of the community and possibly even begin to see the big picture of what affects the town as a whole rather than just their little neighborhood.
Mr. Hamilton.
I too thought about this question for a while and had a smile on my face when I saw it. After the letter that went out about reuniting the council and the community, this question is in here, and I thought that's pretty interesting. The fact of the matter is, Mr. Mayor, the people in this community feel like this council and this management of this office are where all the problems are coming from. I don't think there's anybody in Lakeside, any one of these people that would stand up and ask to talk to a council member tonight and think they were really being listened to. We're the citizens. We're the people who pay the salaries. We're the people who pay the taxes. We're the people who pay the water bills. We're the people that accumulated $2 million that's no longer there. We're the people that this whole entity exists for. But this council and this management, they're the problem. That's how I would unite it. I would listen to people. My phone would be on 24/7. If you didn't get me, you'd get my recording, and I promise you, I would call you back, and I would listen to what your problems are, and I would do my dead level best to get them taken care of. Thank you.
Councilmember Place 3, Ms. Ware.
Communication is the key to unifying the different neighborhoods. The individuals in each neighborhood need to come together, understand that it's not just about their street, it's just not about their area, but it's about what's best for the whole community in Lakeside. This subject is not an easy task to achieve. And the truth is, everybody has to work on it. In the 6 years I've been here, I have had personal, multiple phone calls. I have had people call me about certain issues that had to do with their street or whatever was going on. I've had people email me. I have been of access. I come to every meeting. If someone wants to stop and talk to me, I take that time, I stop and I talk, because that's what I want to do. I want to represent you. I want to help you find the answer to whatever the question is that you need. The sad part about this situation is that not everybody's answer is going to be what they want to hear, because we're limited by budgets, we're limited by legalities, what we can and we can't do. And as a council member, I can't tell you we're going to run over there and fix your road, because the truth is that's just not my job to do that. My job is to come here. But I can get you the answers of when your road is scheduled to be fixed if you can't get it from City Hall. The second thing I have to say is the staff that works here have been more than diligent about answering questions for people, providing reports. You can come to any council meeting and you want to discuss money issues and how we're spending your money, come ask me. I'll be happy to tell you where every dime of it goes.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Mr. Thomas.
The citizens of Lakeside are united. The citizens, the town councils seldom are. The response we receive showing a disconnect between town hall and the citizens. Calls to the town manager more often become controversial and adversarial. Have a little trouble tonight. The Texas Municipal League warns when small town officials hire a manager, they lose touch with the citizens. It's that simple. And that's been the way ever since we've gone through this long period of under city management. And the facts are there. And that's all we deal in facts. But when if I'm elected, we've already got access to me right now. They've already got access to this, to our advisory committee, both by email and voicemail. And that's just it, right there.